Welcome to Foraging for Beginners, a witchy guide to wildcrafting magic. Hello, I'm Kara, and this is Pagan Crafting. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's summertime here in my province, Alberta, Canada, and I am out foraging quite a bit, and I've had some people email me some questions, so I thought I'd make a really cool video out of this. Just a fun, quick video why we're going to go over what is foraging, why to forage, how to be smart, how to be safe about it, maybe a little bit of gratitude to the land. So grab your baskets, open your senses. Let's walk the wild path together, because whether you're in the forest or see little plantain, little dandelions come through the crack of a sidewalk, they're there. You can find wild crafting magic anywhere. Join us today as we go through some wild crafting and foraging for beginners. So before we start, I have 6 PDF downloads for you. This is a witch's foraging journal. So we have the first 2 pages is a foraging entry page. And this will have the date, location, weather, season, moon phase, intention. You want to set the intention on before you go for a walk. We'll get into that later. It'll have a place for your sketch, maybe your rubbing of your leaf or stem or flower, or you can attach a digital photo as well. We have the names, folk, botanical correspondences from planetary, elemental, chakras, directions, gender, deities, and zodiac coming in here. Our next page is observations and omens, anything from animal encounters to unusual patterns, from spider webs to clouds, maybe mushroom formations or maybe in a different formation or a different area than you've seen before. Sound, winds, bird calls, things like that. Dreams before you go after a walk, before or during or after. Sometimes I do journeying too, so a little bit of during. Any synchronicities as well. And what did you leave behind? What was the offering given? With notes from the land, intuitive messages, maybe some feelings, maybe some dreams that way. And the first 2 pages and the next pages, I think would be cool if we make a foraging entry journal together. We're going to shrink down the pages, and I'm going to show you how to bookbind that in another video. Our next one is 20 magical offerings to give the land in gratitude. We're going to go over that together a little bit later in the video for ideas. And our next 3 pages that I have here, one is for your favorite offering list. Now this would be the date, offering given, reason, intention, feeling the outcome that you got after you left your offering. Was it accepted? Was the land say, I'm not ready yet? No, you can't come. Maybe it's like wide open arms, only take a little. You'll know, you'll feel. Another part of this is magical plant tracker. So the plant name, plant use, and is it a confident ID? This would be something you would just use in the field. And harvest and storage log, plant, harvest date, location, storage when, and has it been charged or blessed. So these pages will be 6 of these that you'll be able to grab on my Patreon. My Patreon members have already received their download. And you could purchase it on my Etsy Pagan Crafting store as well for your personal download grimoire. Or you can make your own foraging little entry journal too, that however you wish. You can like shrink down the pages, staple the edges, bring it out, a little field guide for you. Oh, the wonder, the possibilities. We're going to hit that in another video. I think foraging is so much fun because you know where you got it from. Exactly. That's my main purpose. I know when I got it from, where I got it from, how it was harvested. And then I can write down on my storage jar the date collected. And I will usually remember because I get in the same locations every year. But if I don't, if I got somewhere different, like a different province or different over, then I will mark down where it's what province it's from or the area it's from too. It's basically really cool to say that 80% of my apothecary is forged by myself, and I have a few hundred items in my apothecary, quite a bit. So that is something I could proudly say now, which I couldn't 5, 6 years ago. I couldn't. The other 20% is I cannot find the herbs in my region, and I have to order it from out of state, out of country, which I've done before for spells and whatnot. That's cool. Now, what is foraging? Foraging is simply gathering plants safely, respectfully from nature. It's been done for thousands of years to provide food, to heal, to protect communities. It's been done in many cultures in many parts of the world. It's simple as that. Now, why do we forage? Foraging is great for herbs, for teas, for medicine, for spell work, for salves, for art magic, for art journals, for fun and crafts with kids. It's even great for places on your altar to represent the seasons or the things that you want to invoke in your sacred altar. It's a great way to protect with the spirit of the place, the land. It's a great way to connect with your ancestors. I'll use wheat to represent for my grandfather, from my mother's side of the family. So next we want to start small and start safe. So you want to start with only maybe 2 or 3 plants that you could positively identify or that are in your area. I'm going to list some common plants for you to look into, and there are in quite a bit of parts of the world, so I'm hoping that you could also use these ones. If not, find 3 common weeds. They're going to be medicinal and magical uses. Okay, so 1 safety tip: only pick what you can positively ID. We don't want any baneful herbs, any poison plants, getting itchy, getting scratchy. Avoid any polluted areas. We're talking about that before. So in city limits, roadsides, ditches, where there may not be smog, there's going to be the exhaust in the ditches. Also avoid sprayed lawns. People that are, even if like, oh, I don't spray my lawn, but right next to them, they do. It comes over. It hurts the bees of those asshole neighbors. We're not going to get into it. Killing the bees, but ethical foraging too. So you want to forage that at a place where you know you're allowed to. That's legal. It's not a private land. You get caught in private land, I'm just foraging. That's theirs. That's their property. That's their herbs. That's their backyard. No matter how big the land. Ethical foraging. Back to that. So you're only going to take what you need. Some people say 1/3 of the plant. Some people say 10 or 20%. 20% is basically 1/3. Depending on how small the plant is, you may only take 1 leaf, and you use that to identify later. And you might use that in a little bit of a spell maybe later, or you could use it in a rubbing on some paper. Put some paper behind, rub it, and keep the leaf there. Don't take with you. Take a drawing of it and thank the plant for its essence that way. So be gentle with the land. Some people, some pagans, some witches love to make sure you ask permission and leave an offering to the land before you start. Just a whispered please and thank you can make all the difference as well. And that brings us to before you forage. I'm going to throw some stuff at you may have thought of. Leave me in the comments down below if you already do that. Or leave me in the comments down below some things that maybe I didn't cover today, because my community likes to read everything you have. So before you forage, let's set an intention. You may want to know that maybe you're going the day before if you have that luxury, or maybe it's just a last minute, hey, full tank of gas, let's go east and see what we can find. But today, maybe you can put out, I seek healing plants. I would like to make a salve for such and such. I have a salve here. Lucky I have one on hand. This is for pet friendly. It's dandelion, plantain, and calendula. Now, I was able to harvest the dandelion, plantain, and collect the calendula from my mom's yard. So that is all picked by me and made by me, and I know exactly what went into that salve from my pet. So, setting the intention, I would like to make this salve, this tincture, this spell, this mojo bag, maybe something that you're doing in some cooking witchery that you have up your sleeve. Set the intention, what emotion, maybe what feeling that you would like to put into the plant or to receive from the plant. Check the rules in the area going back to private land unless you have permission, of course. Know your local foraging laws and know where you're foraging. Is it on crown land? Is it on legal land? Is it on private land? Ask the owner. Sometimes the owners don't mind it, like it's a weed, go ahead. They wouldn't care. Meantime, you're like, oh, I got wild sage. You never know. Pack wisely. Pack a blanket, a bag. You can sit down and you can do your work outside on a blanket for a while you're binding your sage smudge sticks. Bring scissors or garden snips. Don't forget to pack some water. Don't forget to pack a camera if you want to do some digital ID. If you didn't find enough of one plant, then maybe you just want to come back, maybe do a GPS point on where you found it. Also bring an offering. What are you going to bring for an offering? Do you have I have a little offering bag where I have my sacred tobacco. If I don't have that on me, if I'm in somebody else's vehicle, if I didn't bring it with me, if I didn't know it was going to hurt, or sometimes we spontaneously forage. It happens. In my Jeep, I have my bag, my foraging bag. I even have sample tubes. I even have glass vials. I have extra scissors for someone who may come along with me. I have my sacred tobacco from my elder Claudette who gave to me. If I don't have, I use a strand of my hair. We're going to go over the things we could use for gratitude as well. So stay tuned. Do you have a witchy foraging ritual? I have a couple. They're not that many. Some people have a lot more. Some people do some sacred work before even foraging each time. I'm more of the Canadian blend, farmer, Irish Ukrainian on my mom's side, farmer side. So what we have done with foraging, it's our land where we went foraging and we know all our hot spots. And the auntie mummies are pretty in tune with the land as is. But when I forage with any of my Native American friends, we do have gratitude offerings, which is so close to pagan offerings, which is so cool. We've commented before how the different things are the same. We'll stop, we'll take a breath, we'll breathe in, we ground, we feel the earth, the energy around us. We ask permission. Are we allowed right now? Even if it is our area, our friend's land, or a friend's property or acreage that we went to, but we still want to offer like a token of gratitude. What could you offer as a token of gratitude? Please comment down below. We have such an awesome community here of almost 10,000 subscribers, and I love how everybody interacts. So please comment down what you offer. Is it a strand of your hair? Is it as a whisper of a thank you? Oh, let's go over. Let's go over my sheet here. Here we are. So 20 magical offerings to give the land in gratitude, different ideas, moon water, the tea you made in the morning that is just for the offering for you to pour, for you to bring along. Was it a special brew of herbs and intention for your foraging journey? Follow your intuition. What plant draws your attention? Are you allowed to pick that plant? When you go to, you'll feel if you've gone in with perfect love and light and intention, it's coming in. Even if you're not coming in with perfect light intention, you got some painful work to do, baby. Know if you can pick that plant. So you don't just have to come in with love and light. Let me just rephrase that, because sometimes we have some work to do when someone's wronged us or our family. Not all of us are perfect love and light. And the baneful ones are also a lot of love in their heart too. Is probably why they're just carrying on. Anyway, stopping it. Strand of your hair symbolizes your essence and connection, some old school ancestral offering, as my elder says, as an offering of your DNA. My daughter will usually take a strand of her hair and tie it around a branch of a tree, especially when she's harvested pussy willows. And she'll leave some offering along the willow branch as a gratitude and gift. Moon or solar water in a small pour, especially good under the trees, the roots, charged with intention, lunar, solar love. A crystal chip, a tiny amethyst, quartz, citrine pieces embedded with your thank you. Biodegradable sigil on the back of a leaf, some bark, toilet paper, a little toilet paper square. As soon as the rain falls, it's just going to disintegrate. So you can have your sigil say once it gets moist and activates the toilet paper, it disintegrates and it goes into the ground and it dissipates. So once that happens, it activates your magical intention up into the universe. A breathy blessing or a whispered song, a whispered of a gratitude, permission of a thank you. Sound is sacred. Your voice is a powerful, powerful offering, especially in song, whether it be a bowl or a sacred tuning fork or a bell you bring along. Maybe some bells on your wrist, a little tinkle on your wrist. Flower petals you could use, a pinch of herbs, chamomile for peace, cinnamon for a little bit of money coming in, rosemary for remembrance, a mint for gratitude, handmade clay charm, also tiny biodegradable shapes. I have some mud clay you could use. Oh, make some little figurines at the base of some trees or up in the branches. It would be so cool. A few drops of your favorite herbal tea and offering from your thermos or jar. A poem or gratitude note left under a rock, written by hand on biodegradable paper. Let it return to the earth. Sun tea crystals, salt with herbs and sun dried. Scatter this earth safe mix with intention. But remember, a lot of salt can also kill the area and kill the ground around it. So sprinkle lightly, put a little bit of salt maybe, and more herbs with intention that way. Offer your heartbeat, your hands over your heart, eyes closed. Offer your presence and your stillness. Offer your gratitude, your energy, and your love. A piece of fruit, a slice of berry, apple, a pomegranate seed, a classic or a sacred gift. A few strands of wild grass braided into a ring, a symbol of unity and thank you, left tucked into a bush or a branch, a beeswax thread, a mini candle stub. Natural and sacred offerings safely never light in the wild, of course. Don't light the candle and leave, just offering the remnants of the beeswax candle left. A personal object, you can leave that at the beginning of your forge, but take it with you on the way out, especially if it's something that is not biodegradable. It can be left for a moment, a ring, a pendant, a token on a rock, even another rock on a rock as a token of your gratitude. A drop of natural perfume or essential oil. Maybe you have an oil blend that you like to use. I have one to repel bugs, but maybe I could add a couple more essential oils in there to bring on certain intentions that I seek as well. A small feather, a shell. And your promise would be the last one. A vow to protect the land, return with care, to teach others about respectful foraging. Spoken aloud or silently, it is powerful. So these are some of the gratitude things that you could do to give gratitude for the land. Comment down below if I've missed any that you love to do, because I would love to learn more. Now, harvesting tips. We went over how much to take. They say about 1/3 of the plant or 20%. I like to go by the 10-20% rule, depending on the size of the plant. Sometimes I only take about 5%, 5%, especially if it's sage, you only need a little bit because there's so many plants. You can just take a little bit from everything and it can't even notice. And you're only going to pick healthy, abundant plants. Some people say, I'll just take the dead part, I'll take the bug eaten part. Well, it's the magic is kind of dwindling in that. It's been hindered by bug attack. Um, and you don't want to use that. You don't want to have like ants crawling around your spells. Use scissors if you can, and or try to pinch the stem gently. And again, when you do, don't uproot the whole plant to take unless you actually are harvesting the root. If you can, try to use the whole from root to stem to flower to leaf. Research the whole thing and try to use as much as you possibly can. So going back to only choosing, let's say, 2, 3, 4 plants to start off with. Start a foraging journal, and there's dandelions everywhere. Let's pick dandelions. Dandelions, root, stem, leaf, flower, all the different stages of the flower we can have fun with. But the root, stem, leaf, and flower itself, the yellow, we could all eat. It is solar energy. It's ruled by fire and the sun. It is used for wishes, divination, for resilience. It can grow between cracks of the sidewalk. It'll be abundant in a field. I make my salve out of it. It is a healer. It is great for so many medicinal uses. It's an incredible herb. It's an incredible, resilient, magical gift to this planet. Another great one is plantain. Plantain grows, it's like if there was an apocalypse, it'd be like the first plant next to the dandelion that's coming through the cracks of the sidewalk. It is that and mushrooms. It's like this little resilient, amazing little creature that is like the band-aid, the first aid kit of the plant world. It soothes cuts, burns, scrapes, bug bites, inflammation. It's good for grounding, physical healing, protection. It's great for even root chakra work. Like it heals all. I have it in myself. I keep talking about. It is an amazing healer, and you can find it in a broadleaf or a long leaf. And one way to tell if it's plantain, if you take the stem and you hold the leaf at the base of the stem and you wiggle it, slowly pull it apart, you'll get little white veins that'll pull out. It'll be like little teeny tiny thin spaghetti veins. And that's how you can tell it's a plantain. And you could chew that up. You can put it directly on a bug bite, especially if it's a bee or wasp sting. Whew, try. Another one is clover. Everyone has clover everywhere. Red or white clover. Red clover is great for menopause. Both the leaves and the flowers are edible. The bees love it. It's used in a tea for spells. It's great for fae energy. I believe gentle love energy, prosperity. Um, they say if you find a patch of clover, you're going to find the fae, so you never know. Another one is wild violet. We have a lot of those around here too. They're beautiful little purple faces with a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow in the center. They're also very edible. They're used for love, heart-centered magic. They're good for emotional healing as well as spirit communication, beauty spells as well. So next is harvesting, drying, and using your herbs. So we know to harvest respectfully now. We know not to use the whole plant. We know to use with clean scissors and to pinch gently with our fingers and not rip and tear and break and not uproot the whole plant. We want to gather everything respectfully, with honor and with gratitude. Even if you're not a witch and you're watching this, it's respect. Drying methods. You can bind the ends, you can hang them upside down to dry. You can lay flat on a mesh or a towel. You could also lay them down on a paper towel, roll them up, put them in the fridge, forget about it, and it'll be perfectly dried. The color will remain the same and the moisture will all be taken out and be ready to put in your jars. The next one you want to do is label everything. You want to put the name of what it is, the date and location, unless it's a secret. You don't want anybody going through your apothecary and finding out your secret locations for your certain herbs. Mushroom pickers are like that around this area. I can dig on that. That's no problem. So, how to use your finds. We went over a few ideas that we could use. Now, what about, we talked about teas and we talked about oils, but what about spell jars, loose petals, jams? You can hide it in cooking witchery, charm bags, mojo bags. Use leaves, and we talked about art magic and art journaling. We could make our own dyes. We could make our own inks with it. Whole possibilities are endless. You could burn loose incense with your herbal blinds or make cone incense or smoke bundles too. Now, after you've dried your herbs, you can charge them up underneath the full moon or in a crystal grid. I love doing that. It helps kind of set the intention of their energy before any spell work. So, how to add that magical layer? How to turn that walk into a ritual? Let's go over something super quick because now we're going to sum up everything we've done here today. First, we're going to make sure we set that intention. Set that intention before you go out. Today, I seek herbs for protection. Today, I seek herbs to heal my dog. Set the intention to align with the spirit of the place. Bring witchy items with you, a charm, a talisman, a biodegradable sigil, a sigil written on paper that you're going to transfer with charcoal onto the back of a leaf or bark. Like, yay. Think about the cool stuff that you can leave behind. Maybe a small journal to record your messages, your dreams, your visions. Maybe you go out, find a really cool tree you connect with, and you feel like doing a shamanic journey. Let's hear what your power animal tells you what you need to find for herbs for your existence right now. Like, oh, think of that cool stuff that you could do. Offer something cool in return. Your offerings. What do you leave as an offering? I need you to think about that. And it doesn't matter if you're witchy, pagan, not. It's just, it's polite, it's a respectful thing to do for the land. Tune into your intention is going to be another very, very important one. Don't just go in all willy-nilly. Sometimes you feel like you want to, but set an intention. Go with open arms and open heart and walk into the world of the forest and let the spirit of the forest guide you. It's going to be so cool what you find. Foraging is a powerful way to connect with your land and with nature and the spirit of a plant. Remember, even one plant is a teacher. Let it guide you. Remember, give gratitude, give respect, ask permission, and follow your intuition. Thanks so very much for chilling out with me today. And as always, have yourself an absolutely magical day.